Right, guys, you know what time it is. KO Boxing Vibe got a new story here. Daniel Dubois, set to take on Bogdan Dinu for the WBA interim belt. This is gonna be his first fight since taking on Joyce. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, share the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, drop your comments in the comment section below. If you guys want to see more content from me, hit that link in the description for the PayPal meeting, and do all that good stuff. Hit that link. But the story, man, Daniel Dubois set to take on Joyce since his stoppage, loss or quit or whatever you guys want to call it, lost to Joyce. We've been waiting to see what's going to happen from Dubois, whether he was going to fight a cream puff, whether he's going to fight a warm-up fight, whether he was going to jump back in there with someone that is, quite dangerous, was going to put up some kind of resistance. But Frank Warren's going to have a look at the rankings. You thought, you know what, let's go and look at the rankings, find the most higher up ranked fighter, who's the most cream puff and most cab driver of a fighter, and they're gonna roll out, Romanian fighter, Bogdan Dinu. Now, Bogdan Dinu, the fights I can remember him, I think he got stopped by Kubrat Pulev. Can you imagine? And he got stopped by Jarrell Miller. When you're getting stopped by, if you see the way AJ, stopped Kubrat Pulev, you'll be wondering like that Pulev actually stopped Bogdan Dinu. The guy that got stopped by Pulev is the guy that, Pulev that's not even known for having much power. You got stopped by Kubrat Pulev. Pulev only known for his jab. You got stopped by Kubrat Pulev. So, when Daniel Dubois detonates one of those overhand rights, what's going to happen? Is he going to be going to sleep? For me, I believe that's going to happen. But let's check Bogdan Dinu's resume for you guys that don't know. So, obviously, it's here. His shoulder is going to be taking on Daniel Dubois. When is this? It's going to be 5th of June. 5th of June, obviously, this year. His previous fight, before this fight, he won by TKO, against Frank Blumel. This isn't someone that really has a great resume, themselves. This guy has like 8 losses on his record, Who else did he fight before? He fought in Osborne. Let me make a hash of this guy's name, Machimana or something like that. He won by TKO. And this fight was last year, that 2020, the Frank fight, 2020, 2019, the Osborne fight, he got stopped by Kubrat Pulev, he got stopped by Jarrell Miller, and if you look at the resume, he's got a few TKO wins, TKO, then, he's got some, decent wins, by KO. He's got 16 KO out of 20 victories. He's only lost twice, and that was to Kubrat Pulev and Jarrell Miller himself. And we don't know Jarrell Miller. We all know Jarrell Miller's story, but but if you're getting stopped by Kubrat Pulev, he's got the jab, but if Kubrat Pulev wasn't able to stop the likes of Fury, there's a lot of guys that Kubrat Pulev hasn't got the greatest knockout percentage, and if you're getting stopped by Kubrat Pulev, well, that pretty much speaks for itself. But 34 years of age, orthodox, is ticking on in his age. Obviously, like I said, 2 losses, KO ratio 72%. Does this guy present any problems for Daniel Dubois? What people are really going to be looking for, I'm going to be looking for is, how Daniel Dubois goes about this fight. Is he going to be looking for a devastating knockout, like he always does? Is he gonna, want to show? Because I'm very sure, a lot of fighters now, after watching what Joyce did to Daniel Dubois, they're gonna be thinking, this guy ain't got no heart for the game. I can come in here, and do the business on this guy. Give him a bit of shots, Bogdan Dinu might go there. I'm gonna try and target that eye. Would that get Dubois thinking about before? You don't really know. So it's gonna be interesting to see the psychological dynamics of Dubois and how he approaches this fight. Is he gonna do a Dylan White, that was stopped badly, but and then came back and won in devastating fashion? Because the only difference in between is that Dubois actually took the knee. But for me, I don't criticize Dubois for actually stopping the fight, because listen, man, how old is Dubois? 23. Why in the hell should man destroy his whole career? I want to show how strong I am against Joyce. I'm not going anywhere. What? Forget that, man. Don't go there taking punishment. Your career's over. Then you can't be fighting. You start losing to these milkmans, and the doctors be telling you that, you can't fight again. So I feel like he did the right thing. He just shouldn't allow hopefully he doesn't have any, psychological, in terms of how he approaches fights, thinking that if he gets in a bit of trouble, like, no, I'm not even talking about Bogdan Dinu. Like, if he goes on and fights some other fighters who are a bit more resistant, got power, big guys, you just hope that he's not got that mentality of what happened. It's not going to impact in the way he fights or his responses to being in certain situations. But overall, like I said, what's his name? Bogdan Dinu, he's ranked number 3. It's Bogdan Dinu. Bogdan Dinu ranked number 3 in the WBA. So, Frank Warren is trying to put Dubois back into the mix, because Dubois previously was actually ranked number 3, the 3rd in the WBO. Now, if he knocks out, I think Dubois is currently ranked 10th in the WBA right now. So if he puts out, Bogdan Dinu, he's going straight back into that 3rd spot. And they're talking about, is it for the interim? This fight is actually for the WBA interim. How does that work? Your WBA interim is going to end up getting a little belt to have, get a belt out of this one. But apart from that, he's going to be 3rd. If he 3rd ranked in the WBA, if he wins this fight, he's going to be the WBA interim heavyweight title. He's going to have that as well. So Frank Warren's setting up Dubois for a mandatory position here. AJ's got the main belt. Tyson Fury, is obviously going to be fighting AJ for undisputed, we believe, and Dubois might be setting himself up for, a title shot. What's his name? That Trevor Bryan guy. I won't be surprised if Frank Warren tries to get Dubois in that Trevor Bryan, knock him out, so he can be mandatory for AJ or Tyson Fury, whoever has the belt at the time. But let's see what's going on. Let's see what happens, man. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Daniel Dubois going to be taking on Bogdan Dinu for the WBA interim after getting stopped. I've seen a lot of comments talking about, how is Dubois going to be ranked here and how is he ranked this. Like, listen, Dubois is ranked number 10 in the WBA already. Bogdan Dinu, like, what big fights is really out there for Bogdan Dinu? He's got opportunity to fight, a British prospect, a big British prospect in Daniel Dubois, and why not take the opportunity and fight him? Bogdan Dinu, he hasn't really got anything really going for. He's not a big name in the division. The way the WBA rankings is so awkward, but let's see what happens, man. Make sure you like, subscribe, share the video. If you, man, haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video as well. Drop your comments in the comment section below. If you want to contribute to the channel, you want to see more content, you want to see more videos, drop into the description below. Hit that link, hit the PayPal link, and do all that good stuff if you want to see more content on this channel. Let's go, KO Boxing Vibe. Let's have it. Daniel Dubois taking on Bogdan Dinu for the WBA interim belt. Let's go.